Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jeff. On behalf of StriveScan, I want to certainly welcome you to our Western ACAC, virtual college fair this evening. We have 6 institutions we'll be hearing from, each for about 6 minutes. Your cameras are turned off and your microphones are muted, but you can ask questions through the Q&A box at the bottom of the screen at any time during the presentation. If you don't get your question answered before the end, don't worry. The representatives will get a copy of it and we'll follow up with you afterwards. Without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Beacon College.
Great. Thank you, Jeff. Are you able to see my screen? Like something just happened.
No, we can see it. You're good to go, Sheila.
Okay, great. Thank you. Sorry. Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Sheila Faulkner-Lozer, and I'm the transition counselor at Beacon College in the Pacific West region. About Beacon College. Beacon College was founded in 1989 by a group of dedicated parents, and it's the first college in the nation fully accredited to award bachelor degrees exclusively to students who learn differently. Our unique programs are designed to meet the needs of students with learning disabilities, offering academic and personal support to help students achieve their goals. We look at the student holistically and we're family-centered. So where are we located? Beacon College is located in Leesburg, Florida, which is 1 hour north of Orlando, which is home to many of the famous theme parks such as Disneyland, SeaWorld, Gatorland, Universal Studios, and much, much more. And Orlando has approximately 233 days of sunshine, and of course, is becoming one of the huge international hubs of tourism and industry. And Beacon College is right nearby. A little bit more how Beacon is connected to the theme parks in just a few moments. Beacon College is nationally recognized as a leader in education for students with learning differences, and we were ranked #1 3 years in a row by Best Value Schools, evidence of our competitive tuition and value. You get the most for your education. And we are making waves nationally with our revolutionary transition to college programming for all students with and without learning differences to build executive functioning and independent living skills. So we basically prepare high school students to become college ready. And how do we do this? By a series of programs. So let's take a look at some of them. We're preparing high schools for college readiness and skill building in order to be successful so that when they do arrive on campus, they're ready their first day of college. We have options for sophomores, juniors, and seniors enrolling in any college in the country. And again, designed to build their social, emotional, and independent living skills. We have one-on-one group-based learning for both, again, parents and students. And we look at the student holistically. We have the Summer for Success program. Remember, I had mentioned those theme parks. With the Summer for Success programs, we have students attend a 3-week total immersion program at our Beacon College campus and our Beacon College. And what we do is we actually have them wake up from 7:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. so they can experience what it's like to be a college student. It's intentionally set up and designed that way so that they know they can select classes and they'll have some free time. And again, on the weekends, they go to the theme parks. Our Navigator Prep Junior, we're looking at juniors who are thinking about college, but they're just kind of starting that college search. So by the end of that program, they're able to learn how to search for colleges and seek out the colleges that they want and understand the admission process. Navigator Prep, we offer 3 options. There's a 3-month, 6-month, and 9-month program. And again, you're looking at building those social, emotional, independent living skills for students who learn differently, working with executive functioning. And Beacon Foundations, it allows you an opportunity to take classes and earn college credit. So what do we do next? We look at our academics and support services. We have a diverse career-oriented majors. Anthropology is our by far most popular major. We have students who are working with animals and they want to learn about animal husbandry. We have our 15 minors of concentration. Then also we have our study abroad examples. We have a program where we've gone to Tuscany, Galapagos Islands, Russia, Sweden, Costa Rica, and much more. And then we also have a 4-year career development model. So once the student, they're on their track to learn and earn their degree, they're actually looking at career development, and we work with them years 1 through 4 with self-discovery, career self-awareness, self-marketing, and workplace success, career and employment placement out with the goal of being, once you graduate with a degree from Beacon, you're able to seek gainful employment. Also, our academic services, again, looking at the student holistically, students are assigned a learning specialist and a counselor to meet both their academic and emotional needs. And some of our accommodations, we have use of a calculator, assistive technology, extended time for assessment. It's whatever the student needs are, we're able to set forth and move forward with their accommodations. We also have a math lab. We have a writing center, the library. We have with both PCs and Macs for those who want to continue that war and that debate. We have PC and Mac labs. So there's something for everyone at Beacon College as far as technology. So again, looking at the student holistically, we have apartment style housing, free personal training, tons of recreational opportunities, local excursions. Fishing is very popular in this area, along with other dozens of student clubs and activities and organizations. And if the students don't see a club that they want, they're able to join, they can just start by contacting Student Life and starting a club of their own. It's a great place to learn and live. So let's talk about the cost. When comparing Beacon's cost to other colleges and universities with students with support with learning differences, Beacon cost is considerably low of other top LD programs in the nation, offer scholarships. And there's 3 ways to apply with the online app, our Beacon's, we accept the Common App and our paper app. And I will go ahead and allow you to see that we have virtual webinars. My contact information I will post in the chat as well. Thank you for this time this evening.
Thanks so much, Sheila. Appreciate that. Next up, we have Eckerd College.
Great, thank you so much. Let me go ahead and share my screen. So my name is Jacob Brown. I'm the Director of Admission at Eckerd College. I also work with students on the West Coast of the United States. So Eckerd is located, this is our campus, in the city of St. Petersburg, which is in the Tampa Bay region. We're on the Gulf Coast of Florida. And so if you're flying from SFO, LAX, even San Diego, it's a direct flight to Tampa International, and we're about 20 to 25 minutes away from Tampa International Airport. Eckerd has about 2,000 students. This is our geographic representation right here. 83% of our students live on campus, so it's highly, highly residential. And we have 188 acres for campus, as you can see, and even in the background for me, we're right on Boca Ciega Bay, which feeds into the Gulf of Mexico. So about 1.5 miles of our campus is waterfront property. So just 17% of our students are from the state of Florida. 48 different states are represented in our student body and 39 other countries. One of the most interesting statistics that I like to share is that on average, our students are traveling 1,000 miles from home. National average of distance traveled is about 200 to 250. So certainly our students are adventurous. They're willing to go a little bit out of their distance comfort zone. And being from the West Coast, you certainly will not be the only ones. Eckerd also has a 414 academic calendar. So very much like a semester or trimester system, the 414 relates to the number of classes that you'll take in a given academic year. So students will take 4 courses in the fall, 4 courses in the spring, and then every year we'll take a short term where they get to study one particular course in depth for about 3 weeks. Sophomore, junior, and senior year, that course happens in the month of January for what we call winter term. And that's where you can take an Eckerd course with Eckerd students and an Eckerd faculty member in one of 25 different destinations abroad. So that winter term opportunity is a great way to get some global education. And in fact, we're ranked number 2 among all baccalaureate institutions in the number of students who do short-term study abroad. However, in your first year, instead of 414 fall, winter term, spring, it looks more like 144. And so our new students come in 3 weeks before our upper class students for what we call autumn term. Autumn term is your transition into Eckerd and the college experience. So imagine you are and the other 550 first-year students coming to campus 3 weeks before our upper class students, and you're taking your first academic course. This also is supplemented with more orientation type activities, getting to know other members of the class, getting to know St. Petersburg, figuring out where all the buildings are located, so that by the time the 3 weeks are over, you feel really, really confident and comfortable, and you even have an established GPA. So I think this is one of the most unique features of the Eckerd experience. Most colleges and universities do a 2 or 3 day orientation. We have you orienting yourself to college and to Eckerd specifically for 3 whole weeks. This is a list of all of our majors and programs. We've got 42 different majors and areas of study. Our most popular areas, certainly marine science is our flagship program, animal studies, environmental studies, international relations and global affairs psychology, so round out the top 5. As I mentioned, we're also a residential community. And so students certainly live on campus, live there all 4 years. 83% of our students do so. We have our own beach, which is what you're seeing right now. And you may also notice a dog. We are the pet friendliest campus in the United States. We also have a comprehensive collegiate waterfront program that is recreational. So just like the students in this photo, you can take out kayaks, paddleboards, sailboats, you name it, we have it, camping equipment. It's also academic. So imagine you can board a research vessel, a beach cat catamaran, and do research right in the Gulf of Mexico or along Boca Ciega Bay. It's also service oriented. And so one of the most interesting and unique leadership positions our students can join is XR, which stands for Eckerd College Search and Rescue, where our students are trained and will respond to, on average, 600 maritime distress calls in a given year. These are application requirements. So I know November 1st for any seniors out there is a big deadline. Our early action deadline is in 2 weeks, so it's November 15th. So there's still time. It's non-binding. If you get your application in and all supporting documents, we guarantee a decision postmarked by the 15th of December. We are test optional, completely test optional. So no requirements for test scores, for scholarship, or anything like that. And we're on the Common App. And last but certainly not least, we're one of the 40 colleges featured in the book, Colleges That Change Lives. This is not to say that there's only 40 colleges that will change your life, but college should be a life-changing endeavor. And so this can be a really great resource and a book for you, either find on Amazon or your library or your college counselor. It talks a lot about finding the right college fit and finding colleges that are focused on the undergraduate experience, particularly in the liberal arts and sciences. So I encourage you to check out that book and research Eckerd or other colleges like us. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Jacob. Appreciate that. Next up, we've got Gail at Florida Memorial University.
All right, everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is Gail Nelson. I am an admissions recruiter at Florida Memorial University. We are a private HBCU, the only HBCU located in Miami, Florida, specifically in Miami Gardens, Florida. We're a private university, so our tuition is the same in-state and out of state. And we're a place, given that we're in Miami, a very rich, diverse environment. FMU is a place where we have a lot of diverse individuals in a close-knit environment. So let me move on to the next slide. Just some brief history about our school. We started in 1879 in Live Oak, Florida. And due to racial tensions, we actually got kicked out, unfortunately, by the KKK and moved down to Miami Gardens, Florida in 1968. We were Florida Memorial College and then became Florida Memorial University, I believe in 2010. We received a $5 million grant to become a university and to grow our infrastructure. Here are some of our notable alumni from the school. We have a lot of people that have graduated from our school that have gone on to do great things. We're an absolute place where you can own your excellence. Probably our location is our biggest attention grabber. We're located in Miami. So our school is about 15 minutes from Miami Beach, Wynwood, Brickell, all the top attractions in Miami, where the Miami Dolphins, they aren't doing so well, but the Miami Heat and art, music, and a lot of just great attractions here in Miami. Here are some of our student activities that we have on campus. We have 13 varsity sports. We have men and women's basketball, men and women's football, men's tackle football, women's flag football. We have the Divine Nine sorority and fraternities, over 40 student clubs and organizations. About 50% of our students actually start their own organizations on campus. So that's one of the things that we kind of pride our students on, literally. And we're an HBCU, so we have a marching band, and they do very, very well as well. Here are a brief list of our majors. Our most popular major is probably aviation. We have our own plane. So aviation students and aeronautical science students save money on fuel. We have a lot of partnerships with the ROTC, the Air Force, and different businesses that can allow students to do experiential learning. So whether you're doing business, whether you're doing biology or nursing, computer science, criminal justice, we are a place where you can own your excellence. Biology and nursing is actually a dual degree, which means you get your degree in biology and nursing in 4 years. And so we have partnerships with FIU and University of Miami to get you right to their medical programs upon graduation. So that's one of the notable things when you graduate from here, undergraduate. Here's our education. So the cost of education is $24,000, and that is in-state and out-of-state. That is full on campus, and then if you're staying off campus, then that cuts in half to about $16,000, because that includes your general fees as well. Our admission requirements is no application fee. We're test optional. You can apply on the Common Application or the Common Black App, which is specifically for HBCUs. And our admissions GPA requirement is a 2.4 weighted GPA. We're now seeking weighted this year. And that is it. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Gail. Appreciate that. Next up, we have Butler University.
Okay. Great. Thanks, Jeff. My name is Tim C., one of the admission counselors at Butler University. Work with all the students coming from the West Coast, about 8 states out there on and near the West Coast. Happy to share a little bit about Butler University. We are a private, non-religiously affiliated, mid-sized university located in Indianapolis, Indiana. We are within the city limits. Our address is in Indianapolis. Which is the 17th largest city in the country, certainly gives us the resources of a bigger school, gives our students a lot of chances for real world experience, but also just fun things to do, with Colts games, Pacers games, concerts, great restaurants, things like that. But we are about 15 minutes north, about 5 miles north of downtown. So though we have that Indianapolis address, campus itself is a really beautiful 350-acre kind of park-like campus. So it's on campus, a much quieter experience. It's not an urban campus by any means, but you've got the city life close by when you want it. I would say that we're known for providing, a smaller classroom experience, opportunities to engage directly with professors, and a really heavy emphasis on real world experiences. So things like internships, research with faculty members, performances, study abroad opportunity, community engagement, which is something that's actually required for all of our first year students within the city of Indianapolis, partnering with some community organizations. I mentioned we're a mid-sized school. We're definitely on the smaller end of that spectrum. So about 4,500 students. Student population has changed a lot within the last 10 years or so, after our basketball team made a couple of Final Four runs about 10 years ago. Ever since then, application numbers tripled. We've grown. We've become a majority out-of-state school, so close to about 60% of our students coming from out of state. Become a much more diverse campus as we're pulling students from different parts of the country, international population, increasing as well. But the school has done a really good job of growing with its student population. Make sure those classes remain on the smaller side, which you see here, student to faculty ratio as well. I would add to that conversation 0 teaching assistants. So you're always interacting directly with professors at all times on our campus. You can see up in the corner, I don't have time obviously to get into the individual majors that we offer, but we have 6 academic colleges on campus that focus respectively in the arts, particularly performing arts, business, communications, education, liberal arts and sciences, and pharmacy and health sciences. Very active campus, of course. About 95% of our students are involved in at least one student organization, of which there are many. You can see there an active Greek system on campus, which is slightly, I would say, atypical for a school like Butler, smaller liberal arts school, but that's definitely a part of our campus life. Sort of two defining characteristics to me. There might be more than 2, but the 2 ones that stick out to me. The school spirit. We have 20 Division I athletic programs in the Big East Conference, and people go nuts for Butler basketball. It's something that the whole city of Indianapolis really rallies behind. And then the friendliness of campus. It's the number one thing that I hear people comment on when they come visit. There's something about a Butler student. There's something about the Butler community. And to speak to that for just a moment, there's very much a tight-knit community feel to campus. And I think part of that is that we require 3 years of on-campus housing. I mentioned the Greek system that counts towards on-campus housing. About a third of our students will go that route. But we also have invested a lot into our residential facilities. So you see on this slide 2 new residence halls within the last 4 years. There are a few other ones, but all of our dorms at this point are either what we would call suite style or apartment style, essentially meaning they have bathrooms in the unit. They're not community style, but just a quick look inside a couple of that's Irvington is a first-year dorm, Fairview for sophomore students. So just new facilities, really, really nice. And again, just kind of fostering that community feel, everybody on campus for a minimum of 3 years. And then I'll talk just a little bit, I've got a little bit of time left to talk about this admission process. So just some fast facts here before I hand things over. Quick look at our middle 50 ranges, typically really good starting points, both for admission and for scholarships. All students upon applying are automatically considered for merit scholarships that start in a range between $15,000 and $24,000 per year. We have other awards you can apply for separately that go up to full tuition, but the big chunk of that is automatically considered. Some key dates, November 1st, like a lot of schools, early action deadline to ensure maximum scholarship consideration. That's really the biggest reason you would want to apply early. We are on the Common App. We do not have an app fee. We are test optional permanently, moving forward. And with that said, I think the last thing I got here, just some contact information. I'm not the dog, but my name is Tim C. The dog's name is not Tim C. That's Butler Blue the Fourth, but always happy to help. So if anybody ever has questions, please feel free to reach out. Thanks for learning about Butler.
Thanks, Tim. Appreciate that. Next up, we have the University of Louisville.
Thank you, Jeff. Hello, everyone. I am V with the University of Louisville. I am based in Los Angeles, California, and work with students from all Western US. Before I get started, I would like to show you a little bit more about campus life and show you a little bit of a video. 1 second.
You walk in here and you don't know where you fit, but there are people from everywhere, and everyone's looking for troublemaker, nerd, blah, blah, blah. Forget your high school labels. Here, you'll live in a diverse world of individuals. The University of Louisville's student body is representative of the state, the country, the entire giant planet. Starting now, you get to define you. No, you've got the R all wrong. With more than 200 majors available, we definitely have your major. Before you graduate, you'll go to more than 1,200 classes. And you'll traverse a park-like campus cultivated with more than 220 years of history. There's also lots of opportunities for internships, co-ops, international study abroad, and research programs to layer your education. U of L is about much more than academics. Explore the things you love. Join a club, volunteer in the community, get active in student government, start a study group for one of your classes. The residence halls are a great place to bond with new friends. Almost everyone loves their first roommate. Almost. But don't roost in your room too long. We've got state-of-the-art workout facilities, a variety of intramural sports, and other fitness clubs that make it easy to stay active. Stop, that R is still not quite right. Back up. Rubbing the toe of the thinker during finals week will bring you good luck on your exams. On the other hand, don't step on the cardinal bird. It's bad luck. Very bad luck. You're leaving the nest to explore new boundaries, but don't be confined by the boundaries of campus. Louisville is a vibrant city full of culture, music, parks, sports, and great food. So get ready to settle in and learn how to throw what you know, because by the time that you leave the University of Louisville, you'll be ready to when you become an insider here, you're ready to make an impact out there.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that. We are a medium-sized public institution. We are a Carnegie One Research University with around 12,000 undergraduate students. So we're a great option for those who want a well-rounded college experience without getting lost in the numbers. We're a really great option for those who want a university with big school resources and a small school feel. Our students enjoy small classroom sizes at about 26 students on average per class, 14:1 student professor ratio, and great support services for students in every grade and tutoring in every subject so that students may complete their college work in 4 years. These programs include engineering, business, and nursing, which, by the way, are some of the more popular programs for students coming from the West US. We're also very fortunate to have our own medical school, university hospital system, and direct entry into our dentistry school and our 3+3 accelerated law school program. So this is our campus. We are located in the suburb of Louisville, about 10 minutes away from downtown. Walk-in distance from the famous Churchill Downs where the Kentucky Derby takes place. The U of L has been named the most beautiful campus in Kentucky, including this year. We are a residential university with ample housing options and tree-lined campus, which is very compact and very walkable. End to end, it'll take students about 15 minutes total walking distance. And you can see here, you'll have residence halls, you'll have classrooms, you'll have restaurants, Starbucks, everything you need all in one compact place. We are a Division I Power 5 school, and we are known for our school spirit. Aside from being top 20 in the nation for athletics, we're also known to instill community engagement in students through 450 organizations, intramural sports, 34 Greek organizations, including the Divine Nine, and a lot more. Our location is very beneficial to our students, as Louisville is is a big city of 1.2 million people with many opportunities for fun, recreation, and internship in Fortune 500 companies. It is known for its beautiful landscape, changeable mild seasons, with parks designed by the same person who designed Central Park in New York. Other things that are really important is that internships are going to be available for students from University of Louisville. All it takes to apply is Common App, application, and high school transcript. We are test optional for this year, and it is possible that we will be test optional in the coming year as well. So just stay tuned for information. Thanks so much for your attention, and go Cards.
Thanks, V. Appreciate that. The last institution we'll hear from tonight is Ole Miss, the University of Mississippi.
Awesome. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it. Get my screen shared here for us. All righty, we will get going. Well, thank you guys again for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. My name is Peyton Spear. I'm the Regional Admissions Counselor for the University of Mississippi. Just to kind of dive in, at Ole Miss, we have about 22,000 students total, but on campus in Oxford, we have about 18,000 students. So I say that to say that we are actually the second smallest school in the Southeastern Conference, just behind Vanderbilt, believe it or not. And so Oxford, Mississippi is known as one of America's best college towns. ESPN just ranked us the #1 college town in the country just a few weeks ago. So we're really proud of that. Top 100 public university nationally. And then also Oxford or Ole Miss itself is consistently ranked the most beautiful campus in the country. Moving along, the city of Oxford itself. So Oxford's just located an hour south of Memphis, Tennessee, with about 27,000 residents. So if you're looking for that true quintessential Southern college town experience, Oxford is that. It's Southern, through and through. And so everything about Oxford is revolved around the university. Oxford was built around Ole Miss. So game days on Saturdays, the whole town shuts down. Everybody's at Vaught Hemingway Stadium, which is a lot of fun. Oxford was named after Oxford, England. So if you see in the top left-hand side of the screen, that double-decker bus there, we were donated to from Oxford, England as a gift. And what's neat, if you ever get a chance to visit town, you want to take a tour of Oxford itself, you actually get to hop along a double-decker bus to do so, which is cool. But Oxford itself is known for its music, its culinary, its arts. John Grisham, famous writer, attended our law school. And then as well as William Faulkner, famous English writer, is from Oxford also. And I always like to mention too, if the town meant anything to me at all, actually named my golden retriever Oxford. So it left an impact for sure. But heading to campus, we have over 400 student organizations, so lots of ways to get involved. I always say, no matter what school you guys end up going to, definitely join a student organization right away when you go in your freshman year. Just really kind of helps you get a chance to learn fellow classmates, faculty, staff as well, really kind of dive into that Ole Miss culture. So Ole Miss, lots of ways to get involved. So looking at our schools and colleges, we have our School of Accountancy, Applied Sciences, Business Administration, Education, Engineering, Office of General Studies, our College of Liberal Arts, which is our largest college, School of Journalism and New Media, and then our School of Pharmacy. But we also offer our special programs as well, programs to be a part of just on top of your kind of general studies. So just to go through those, we have an Arabic and a Chinese flagship program. We have a Center for Intelligence and Security Studies for anybody interested in FBI, CIA type of work. We have our Center for Manufacturing Excellence. We're the only ones in the country. It's a 12,000 square foot manufacturing facility, multi-million-dollar equipment inside. And we have 2 graduates from the program that now work at Tesla and SpaceX. So really, really neat there. Some good internship opportunities while you're a student. We have our Croft Institute for International Studies for anybody interested in studying a language and then studying abroad. We have our Mississippi Excellence in Teaching program, which if you're willing to teach within the state of Mississippi for 5 years once you graduate, if you do get into the program as an undergraduate student, everything is covered while you're a student at Ole Miss. Tuition, food, housing, books, everything. So I like to say it's kind of the biggest scholarship that we offer, but a good opportunity there. Early entry program into our pharmacy and our nursing school. We have our Sally Donald Barksdale Honors College, and we have our Trent Lott Leadership Institute for anyone interested in public policy. Now, looking at a snapshot of our majors, we have 90, so I won't go through them all, but just to point out a few, we do have a top 25 pharmacy school. So our pharmacy majors, pharmaceutical sciences, pharmacy. Our School of Journalism and New Media houses our integrated marketing communications, or IMC as they call it. We have the largest IMC program in the country. This allows students to study communication on the social media side of everything as one of the tracks. So obviously very popular right now. Our accounting program's top 10 in the nation. College of Liberal Arts, like I mentioned, is our largest college. We are an R1 research institution as well, which does put us in that top 2.5%. And then within our College of Liberal Arts, our biochemistry and our chemistry are our most popular. School of Business Administration, Applied Sciences, Education, and Engineering, like I mentioned before. But what I will point out are our pre-professional areas. So whether it's pre-dental, medical, OT, PT, whatever it may be on the bottom left-hand side of the screen. If you're a pre-med student, we offer what's called our Health Profession Advising Office. This office is ranked number 3 in the country, and what they're there for is they'll assist you all 4 years while you're an undergraduate student to prepare you for when you graduate to get into PT school, let's say. And they're there to assist with test prep, interview prep, and then again, placement. So a lot of good resources there. Speaking of resources, campus resources that we offer: Career Center, Health Center, Student Disability Services. We have Tutoring Center, Center for Student Success to help with that transition from high school to college. We have 2 recreation centers on campus now. Great dining. You'll eat well when you're a student at Ole Miss, that's for sure. And then moving along to our cost of attendance, you'll see that located in the middle of the screen. We are ranked top 50 in the nation for best value. And then about 80% of our students do receive some type of financial aid. We have some great scholarship opportunities. We have a whole pool of competitive scholarships you can apply for, depending on what school you're in, any different endowment scholarships. But what we do offer here is we do offer our non-resident academic merit scholarship. And so all we're looking at here is either a 3.0 GPA, and we want to see at least a 25 ACT or a 1200 SAT. If you hit that threshold, you're going to receive some automatic type of merit scholarship that you do not have to apply for. No matter what academic year it is, for seniors this year, we'll take test scores between now and July of 2022. We'll take as many scores as you want to send to us, and we'll super score those as well, just to help you out as best as we can. Moving along with our how to apply to Ole Miss right now. So we're trying to make it simple. We are test optional now for admissions purposes. So all we're needing is a transcript to be sent to us with your senior schedule, and then as well as your application. Have an institutional application and a common app as well. Last but not least, we'd love for you to come visit us. You can book those visits up to 8 weeks in advance. And then just to round it out, there is my contact information. If you would like to reach out to me, feel free to do so. I'm happy to help. Turn it back to you, Jeff. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Peyton. Appreciate that very much. Well, we have a few minutes left here. Why don't I invite all the representatives back on camera? And I thought we'd ask them a couple of questions as we wrap up the evening together. The first question I want to ask them is, what is the one thing you want us in attendance tonight to remember about your institution? And we'll go in order that we presented. So we'll let Sheila go first at Beacon College.
Thank you, Jeff. Sure. What I'd like you to remember is that Beacon College awards bachelor's degrees exclusively to students who learn differently.
Excellent. Thank you. Jacob, what do you got for us?
Sure. Well, I think one of the most unique experiences at Eckerd, I mentioned during the presentation that we're the pet friendliest campus. What I failed to mention was one of our traditions is a pet commencement. So before you graduate from Eckerd, if you've got your dog or your tortoise or whatever living with you, they too can graduate.
That's awesome. I love that. Next up, Gail, what do you want us to remember about Florida Memorial?
Okay, well, definitely, I would want everyone to remember that you're going to be a part of a very, very diverse campus, kind of taking different perspectives from people from all over the world. We actually have someone that's from the Czech Republic on campus right now, so you're going to learn from very unique perspectives.
Excellent. Tim, Butler University.
I would say there's very little compromise at Butler outside of maybe the tailgating experience you're going to find at Oxford. You're not going to find that necessarily at Butler, but outside of that, there's just very little compromise. The class size, the school spirit, you can have it all.
Excellent. University of Louisville.
Well, my favorite thing about University of Louisville is that it is a medium-sized university with small classes. So you're getting Carnegie One research, university caliber, but in a much smaller setting and much smaller classes. And I really like that you have an opportunity to explore more than 216 options, and we are very undecided friendly. So if you do decide, if you're not sure what you want to study, we have the resources to help you finish in 4 years and help you find the right major for you.
Thank you. And then Peyton.
Yeah, kind of like V just mentioned, I would think the biggest thing that we always say for students to remember, again, is our size. If you're looking to come to a big Southeastern Conference school, it's the fact that we're the second smallest. So if you're looking, again, for that kind of smaller school feel, but you want all those perks that come with the large SEC state school, that's what we offer at Ole Miss.
Very good. Well, the next question I wanted to ask is, what is the one piece of advice that you would give to us in attendance, or those in attendance going through the college search process for their search? What's the one piece of advice you'd give them? So Sheila, again, I'll let you go first.
Sure, that the students and parents and families should be made aware, know that they have options. So there are different options out there. looking at different, like you see here, we're like Beacon. It's a very small private college for students who learn differently as compared to Ole Miss and Louisville. So again, there's options. Just be aware of your options. You know, look at the community college level, the state level, the universities, the private. Just know that you have options to look for, but you keep searching, you'll find one.
Great advice. Jacob.
So I mentioned this as well, but I think, you know, you want to find a school that's the best fit for you, and it's the best fit for you, not the best fit for your parents or the best fit for your best friend. So really take some time to self-reflect, to think about the type of atmosphere that you want to experience, the place that will challenge you, but challenge you in a setting that also allows you to challenge yourself, right? Where you're comfortable taking those risks. Think about what type of academic atmosphere you want, but do really, you know, take some time to think about what is the best fit for you. And, you know, sometimes it helps to write that down, or even, you know, explore some schools that you've never heard of, but it's all about finding the best fit. That's your challenge. That's your goal through this process.
Perfect. Great advice. Thanks, Jacob. Gail, what do you have for us?
Yeah, for me, I think piggyback on what both Jacob and Beacon College also said is definitely know that you have options, pick what's best for you, but also I would like to add is to make yourself marketable to all schools, whether that's strengthening your resume, getting a lot of experience while you're in high school, and getting recommendation letters, things like that. So make yourself much more marketable in your search.
Great advice. Tim, what do you think we ought to know?
All good advice. I'll say take a deep breath and try to have fun. We always talk about it as the college search process, which sounds scary. And you hear about Stanford and, you know, schools that are so hard to get into. You're going to be fine. Try to have fun. Think of it as an experience, not a process. Visit schools. Yeah, you're going to be fine.
There we go. V, what's your thoughts?
So great advice so far. I would just say to stay organized. If you are organized, you're going to feel a lot better. Start creating, if you don't already have one, create an email account just for colleges and universities that you're seeking information from. Create folders and try to then narrow things down and start visiting either virtually. Right now, because of the pandemic, we've all learned virtual space so much more. And so we are offering so many virtual options. So take a moment to get to know, universities that you've narrowed it down to, so that you can find that one spot that you feel that you are going to feel welcome and you're going to really love your experience there.
Got it. And Peyton, what do you think we ought to know tonight?
Yeah, V, that was great, because I was going to say know your deadline, so that helps with the organization. But one thing I'll add, I think, is to utilize us as your admissions counselors. I know I didn't do that in high school, and I wish that I did. So we're all here to assist with any questions that you have, to just kind of walk you along the process. So take advantage of us. Do that.
Perfect. Well, I certainly want to thank our 6 institutions and their representatives this evening for joining us. Thank you for joining us and learning more about them. Wish you the best in your search process and wish everybody a great evening. Take care. Bye-bye.